Islam,
Yeah.
Islam. Welcome. Y'all don't know if Abir is joining us tonight. Um, cause I haven't heard from him, and that's kind of my fault because I forgot that this was gonna be falling on Christmas. So I
Oh,
forgot. I'm like, well, maybe I should ask if they got people that's expecting them to show up for stuff.
oh,
Yeah, so maybe he'll pop in. But yeah, we here. So um I'm gonna jump right in, and we might keep it short tonight too.
thanks.
All right. Where's my book? Okay. All right. Islam greetings and welcome to Talk Moorish to Me, aka my brother's keeper. I am Sister Zara Bay of CalifaMedia.com and thepurplepaperclip.com. And with me is Brother Sarush L of MadeBySarush.com. And hopefully joining us later will be Brother Abir Kanan L of 43rdbooks.com or 3rdbooks.com. This is our 14th weekly chat discussing Moorish Consortium or the lack thereof through the lens of Moorish science, including astrology, history, and Moorish literature. To those joining and those who will enjoy this at a later date, again, welcome and gratitude for your interest and attention. All right. And I have a passage. All right, let me pull this up. It's no shade, but it might come off as shade. But hey, take it up with the original author. I'm just a messenger. All right. I'm taking something out of the Bible, King James Version. Um, Let me see. I'm bringing it up because I don't have the book up here with me. Okay. I'm reading Jeremiah 10 from the King James Version of the Bible. All right. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heaven are dismayed at them. Oh, I'm sorry, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So let me say that again. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. One cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, and that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs they must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doth it appertain. For as much as among all the wise men of the nations, and in all their kingdoms, there is none like unto thee. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. Silver, silver spread into plates is brought from Tarshish, and gold from Upas, the work of the workmen and of the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. But the Lord is the true God. He is the living God and an everlasting King. At his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Thus ye shall say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, they shall perish from the earth, and from under these heavens. He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heavens by his discretion. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with the rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity and work of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Gather up thy wares out of the land, O inhabitant of the fortress. For thus saith the Lord, Behold, oh, I will sling out the inhabitants of the land at this once, and will distress them, that they may find it so. Woe is me for my hurt. My wound is grievous, but I said, Truly, this is a grief, and I must bear it. My tabernacle is spoiled, and my cords are broken. My children are gone forth of me, and they are not. There is none to stretch forth my tent any more, and to set up my curtains. For the pastors are become brutish, and have not sought the Lord. Therefore they shall not prosper, and their flocks shall be scattered. Behold, the noise of the bruit is come, and a great commotion out of the north country, to make the cities of Judah desolate and a den of dragons. O Lord, I know the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. O Lord, correct me with the judgment, not in thy anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him and made his habitation desolate. And that is Jeremiah chapter 10. I guess that's how you say it, from the King James Version of the Bible. And I read that for obvious reasons. No shade, but I always found it interesting that it was kind of where the Bible was imposed on so many peoples, and this yet another glaring hypocrisy. You know, don't have Christmas trees, but hey, on today of all days. Again, take it up with Jeremiah. I didn't write this.
As well, I was looking at the colors, like how prominent red and green are.
Right.
You
Hey.
know, and
Mm,
just like it's right there. And like when as well, I was talking to somebody the other day. They was talking about the tree and the chopping down, and I was like, I heard of another tree that was chopped down too.
right. Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah.
I don't know. I be hearing and seeing other stuff. Like when I hear stuff, I be like, wait, man, like has a real like a real life, you know, like what happened for real, or how
Yeah.
did they try to apply it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just sitting here kind of trying to process what you just said about that other tree that got chopped down. I never made that connection. And then it's like, wait a minute, isn't that the same tree that's on that which one is that? The one with the tree of Lebanon. It's a fir tree on that
Bunker Hill,
protectorate flag, the Moorish
it's a,
protectorate flag.
the Bunker
Yeah.
Hill Revolutionary John.
Yeah.
I think it's
Mhm.
1770 something,
Yep.
1776, something like that.
Yeah.
That's wild stuff though. Something else that caught me was the purple and blue.
Mm. Yeah, I thought that stuck out too, but I'm just like, I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute. What you think? For real.
Facts.
I mean, for real. You said you be thinking about stuff. Do share,
Nah, I'm
because you on
just
the
saying,
road
like,
so far.
cause I'm just hearing it, like, cause like first it was like the red and the green was automatic in my mind, just thinking about what time it is, and then the tree, and then I thought about the blue and the purple, and I'm like, you know, it's wild because the we're gonna be talking about Reiki and stuff, and it goes into chakras, and
Islam.
I don't sign that the chakras have those colors and stuff, like, you know, the representation of the colors for each chakra. I understand like the science and the math and everything behind it, but like
Mhm.
just when I think about the colors though, I think about the clothes that the people was wearing. Because when we was talking, I mean, I know brother Sheldon, piece of the brother 360 just came in. Y'all was all
Islam.
talking about the
You're welcome.
clothes early, but like one of the last times we was talking about the Moorish fashion, and we was talking about the different people from the different areas and what they was wearing and how prominent indigo was over there.
Right.
And I'm like, indigo is like, the prominent pigment dye for everything that they do. So that's like the blue, and then purple, violet, I guess. I don't know how they would come up with that, you know, from
There was a
from
couple of ways. It's funny you said that because Brother Sheldon was actually talking about that last week about
mm,
the purple and what it took. I knew what he was talking about because I love his I love history, but he was talking about how labor intensive it was, and that's why only royals were permitted to have it because
mm,
only you can afford to pay this person for the labor that it takes to make this stuff. And I'm looking at it, and it's called Tyrian or Tyrian purple, right?
yeah, I
And
do
they
remember
come
that.
out, it takes like dang near a ton of these snails to make a gram of this purple dye, right? But the dye goes a long way. And then you
Wow.
just said indigo, right? I'm like, wait, isn't indigo grown? That's like a plant, right?
Yeah, I never even
And I'm like,
researched
they
like
over there
how they
crushing
process it.
snails, and they have a whole documentary about how disgusting a process it was, right? And I'm like, wait, we were over here growing purple. Y'all over there killing poor little snails because these things are teeny tiny. You know, I just thought that was interesting. I didn't even think about it till right now.
Yeah, that is wild. Where does indigo come
Yeah, indigo plant.
from?
Yep, it's a plant. Sure is. Check that out. Nobody had to die because they were picking the flowers. Man, that's what's up. I mean,
That's
just the difference. It's like we can accomplish, make we can reach the same goal without having to destroy stuff, right? It just blows my mind how certain people they try to find something that'll replenish itself if they use it to do something else, like a plant.
right.
And play this bubble real quick.
Islam first and foremost. Um, I like indigo as a color, but I love red, favorite color. Um, I saw a lot of Moors wearing a red turban and then a white turban. Um, and I saw people wearing, like you said earlier, I forget what you called it, the scarf where they wrapped it with like two braids, and then some will wear like a royal blue. Like, it's kind of funny that we're go into neutrals, which like kind of express like I don't know, I forget. I know that these colors have meaning, like and what they express when you go outside. But I see that a lot of the Moors, when I look into history, were very colorful, very very colorful.
It's
Yes,
called an almizir. I'm actually trying to find it, look it up, but it's not coming up right now. And but we post these on I'm gonna post this on Califa Media's YouTube, and anything we talk about I'm gonna do my best to link it up in there. But it's called an almizir, Almizar, almizar. So yeah, because I'm actually working with a author to put together a book about turbans, you know whole history behind that.
yeah,
So yeah.
that's lit. I will definitely. That was one of the first conversations we was having where I was like, man, I want to dress like that every day for real. Like, that's why how the conversations was like overlapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Right.
It's very refreshing. It's nice to see that other Moors are right, like, okay, I'm on this path, you on your path, but they're actually perpendicular,
Right.
not crossing each other, not, stumbling into each other's lanes. But wow, look
Right.
at that. We can reach out and create something in the space between, Yeah,
Right.
this whole this stereo thing is kind of tripped out. This networking all over the place,
Yeah.
you know.
It's wow. It's a few apps like this too, and like that's how I found the Reiki. Like, not even like, you know what I mean. I was on I was on Clubhouse, and they actually have like, I think I think because you can use your regular photos, that the 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 energy behind the conversations is different. So
Your regular photos.
yeah, like here we got these characters, that we got to dress
Oh.
up as, you know what I
Okay.
mean. But like on Clubhouse, you could put whatever photo you want. You can use your logo, you could use a photo yourself, anything, no matter, from your camera roll. So like a lot of people said, like, that was a real ego driven thing, which is why like this app having the avatars the way that they do is supposed to, add a more lighthearted aspect to conversations, remove the seriousness,
Yeah, I can see that.
right? And
Minimalism.
so like on that app, the people, they get really energetic, like it's real energetics. There's a lot of people that operate metaphysical businesses or some type of spiritual business or something. And yes, I ended up um, finding a group that was doing some Reiki and sound bath, and that was lit. And I just started. Like, it's like a week later. I was just like, yo, like, I gotta get into this. Like, I need to study it. Like, I need to know everything about it. And it was wild because I just put everything to the side real quick. Like, I don't know, maybe manifesting
All
generator
right,
or something.
could you stop, please? Because you're making this sound too good. I'm already studying some other stuff you suggested, for real. For real. It's like,
I was like,
no, no, I just bought all these other books. No, and
but
it
in
sounds
all
so interesting.
in all
you know.
fairness, the Reiki is like Reiki level 1 is something where, like, we already know it. We already do it. You have children, so like, you know, it's like the analogies that they give would be like, if you ever kissed a boo boo, then you've given Reiki. If you've ever put your hand here and it'll feel
All
better,
right. Oh, I'm
that's
suffering
Reiki.
right now.
You know,
Oh, dang.
and it's wild because, until I'm reading it and the instructor is speaking and saying these things, and I'm thinking about it like, oh snap, it's just energy, directed intent, thought, you know what I'm saying? And you just directing energy, at your will, And I was like, wow. And we was studying the human design and the gene keys, and I was looking at the gates and channels and the way the energy travels through the body. And in like Reiki 1, they show the anatomy, the meridians, and the way energy travels through the body. And I was like, this is
Oh
they
my
go
goodness.
they go hand
It's
in
like a
hand.
triune.
I was like, they go hand in hand. So
For real.
it
Okay,
was cool.
I need a moment, please. I'm gonna play this bubble real quick. I'm not playing.
All right, so Zara, we was talking about the fashion earlier, so I think you might know where I'm going with it. I want to kind of stroke the line of going traditional Moorish, like wearing that like the kind of like robe, but then like I see like kind of like how Sad Guru wears his stuff too. I don't know if he's a Moor or I think he might be just a guru. I'm not sure, but something along those lines. But then a little more fashion forward. So I want to kind of toe the line of being traditional, but then bringing like a new school feel to the Moorish traditional clothing, if that makes sense. Peace.
Okay, it makes sense, but first, and I want to touch on that because that made me think about what the young Japanese people are doing with kimonos right now, right? Like pairing them up with Doc Martens and leather jackets. So, but per the show thing, we're gonna talk about Reiki because Sarush on the roll after I play this next bubble, and then we're gonna have an open mic because I definitely want to talk about that too. Hold on, just a second.
Also, since you're on Moors, I wanted to bring this up too. I don't like the fact that there's like a divide between people that are in the temple and then people that like practice outside of the temple. I think that we should have like our own beliefs or whatever, because and uplift each other, because we're all Moors at the end of the day. So if you practice outside of the temple or are in the temple, I don't think it should matter. I think there's a real divide, and people call people temple Moors and all this stuff like derogatory stuff, and I think it's unnecessary. Not to say that's you guys, but yeah, I just think it's a real divide. Um, but me myself, I think I'm going to go the temple route, because it just seems right to me. But peace. I just wanted to bring that up because, like I said, division.
Nah, thank you. So you like writing the lineup for us. So now we after the Reiki, we got fashion and temple Moors and non-temple Moors. I'm not gonna say verses because of what you just said, and I agree wholeheartedly. But for real, back to the Reiki. If I'm
Nah,
at for
cause
real.
I could tie everything he said in with the Reiki because that's why I'm
Hey,
doing it.
flow with it.
Because the very first lesson in Reiki is that you need to heal yourself first. It's all about the self. You know what I'm saying? And you are the temple, bro. Like we're the temple first. Our bodies are our temples first, bro. So
Islam.
like knowing that, you know what I'm saying, let that be your guide first. You know what I'm saying? Like we already know what we gotta do out here. You know what I'm saying? And you in the right place because we be talking about human design, astrology, I Ching, and we be going in on all subjects about aligning ourselves with ourselves so
That's the
that
word.
when it comes
Aligning.
down, that alignment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. Peace, bro.
Yeah. Islam. Wow. You covered that.
That's
I
Reiki
mean, that's
one.
interesting because I've been speaking with 360. This is the second week, or it was third week, where we've been like chopping it up with Brother Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
And each as the weeks progress, I pay attention, right? I'm a Gemini. I love patterns, right? And I look at people and I'm like, especially Moors, it's like, let me see what's changed. If I can pick up anything that's changed since the last time we encountered each other. And I've been every single Moor without exception. I at least the ones I come up against. Every time I encounter them again, it's something else they coming back with, not new, but an expansion on the last thing we talked about, right? So I'm just like, you must be that so-called vortex that you're supposed to find yourself in and operate out of, right? You go within and then operate from there, right? Like you just said, the alignment
Mm-hmm.
part. And 360, you must be doing something right because it's like you keep coming back with details on the last thing you talked about, right? And so, and you just did it. I'm not trying to jockey, right? But take it if it sounds like jockeying. But it's changed since this morning when we spoke. I mean, that's just kind of interesting. So yeah, thank you for bringing that in. Hey, you want to join the show? So you don't have to keep leaving comments. I'm gonna add them to
Yeah.
the show. That's what's up. I smell spaghetti. It smells good.
Peace, peace.
Islam, welcome,
Peace, peace.
welcome. Like skip
Islam,
leaving
peace.
messages. Just come on up in here. For real.
Where it don't, hey, it don't matter to me.
All right, Islam. Just hang out then. That's what's up. All right, we chilling
Right.
on this blessed Saturnalia. I say blessed because I know it's some crimes going on right now.
Man,
Yep.
Folks been drinking.
man.
But
And the
yo,
days only get longer from here.
yeah,
That's the
I actually
beautiful
feel
part.
like I had a whole day today, but I don't know. Yep.
But yeah, man, you
So
know,
what's the Reiki? Because I mean, I've heard of Reiki healers and stuff like that. Like,
I mean, basically, it's like just energy. You know what I'm saying? It's they would say like the life force energy, like the chi or the breath. You know, but like what I'm finding is that it's like energy, like concentrated or directed with intent. You know, through the hands. That's something else that brought me to it. When I
uh,
started to learn about the Lemurians and their history, I was like, that's Reiki. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I
it's,
heard of the Lemurians.
Yeah,
it's
I've seen what they think were the layout of their civilization, and yeah, it was channels all over the place.
wow. And
Yep,
I think is that in my good notes. Let me see.
your good notes.
Yeah, because I be writing stuff down. I think the Lemurians was up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was talking about it was founded in 71,933 BC. That Lemuria was founded by the Lyrans.
You just had this in your notes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's
that's
what's
what's up.
up. That's what's up.
Did you I know Dr. Alim has a video where he went into America and the history and it being Lemuria, the home of the serpent, etc., etc.
Yeah,
And
like all this different stuff about how the world came to be. It was actually on YouTube that I watched this video. I didn't get to finish it. I think it was like a 4 hour video, and I think I might have watched half of it. But yeah, it was this European talking about like the start of the Earth, like the Cambrian, the
Yeah,
Andromedans, the Palladians, and all of that stuff.
facts, facts. So like, you know, just knowing like I this is who they saying we the descendants of, and this is what they saying they did and what they was known for doing as a whole society, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, like I said, we was already going over the astrology, and then we get into the human design and the gene keys, and we see, like, are you familiar with human design and gene keys?
Nah, I never heard of that.
yeah. Go
I
back
used to,
on YouTube and watch it. We've been going in. They're full lessons with graphics and everything. And
facts.
yeah, we trying to turn into X-Men for real. Well, we
Facts.
are. We are. We're trying to access it. That's how I look at it,
that's
right?
that's what we
That
doing.
stuff ain't fiction.
If I
These
was
people are
gonna be
not
an
that
X
creative. They
Men,
really are,
if I
for
was
real.
gonna be an X Men, I want to be on some Jean Grey because she the most powerful.
I want to be Storm, for real.
Storm is lit.
Control the weather. That's what's up.
Jean Grey is lit too. I was talking to somebody, and he told me that the song it's a lullaby in Mighty Joe Young, and it has to do with calling the wind. And they said that it's an ancient lullaby and that it works. If you go outside and you say you could call the wind.
Why not? I mean, why not? Right? Like a lot of the
Why not?
stuff that they call mythology, like the what is that? The Vedas.
Right.
They don't call that mythology. They call that history. For
Right.
real. You know, people with multiple faces. Why not? Look at India. They have that today. Those people be having some deformities out the wazoo. But the thing I like about them, they take those deformities and they like relegate them to divine gifts. So these people are not ostracized or anything. They're celebrated as deities and whatnot. And so I'm like, okay, so there's like, okay, description of Hanuman, the monkey guy, right? And look at that. There's a little boy who looks exactly like that description of Hanuman currently living in India. So
Wow.
yeah, and then like the god with two faces. There's a little girl, and I don't know if she's still alive, but she was born with two faces. Looks just like the description of this god in their book. So I'm just like, well, how much of this is myth? And you know what? I'm gonna respect y'all and go along with you until I've learned otherwise and recognize that it's history, just like y'all. Considering who told me that was a myth, you know, the folks that go
Right.
around stealing everybody else's histories.
Right.
Yep.
I was just saying that to somebody today, like let's not mistake colonial occupation for like, you know what I'm saying, or even like, you know, like oh, democracy, colonial occupation is the same thing. Like it's theft, you know.
It's
Like,
all theft. As long as I'm not in charge, I don't care what you call it.
right.
For real. And y'all doing a terrible, awful job too. You know, let me play this bubble real quick. Who this?
Right.
KW.
So I just wanted to ask a question because I just went to New York, hang out with my family for Christmas, and one of my uncles was telling me something about the Moorish people and whatnot. So I just want to know if you guys know if this to be facts or true, because it kind of like threw me off a little bit, but like not in a bad way, just in like, oh whoa, word, I didn't even know that. That's crazy type shit, you know?
What? Did you get it? Oh, I mean,
Yeah, like what
well,
did he tell you?
first we just here to and I love the fact that I have to say this, and it's the second time I'm hearing it today. Not the first time. It's the first time I'm saying it. Second time I'm hearing it. This is for Moors who know that they're Moors. All right. This is there are so many forums that teach about the Moors, right? And we're not around each other that much. So please understand that when we do get into environments where we can actually be ourselves, we're not trying to be explaining to people who we are. All right. Look up Cujo L. He goes, or who else? Icon Bay. Both of them are excellent. Look up any of their shows, and I guarantee they'll answer all of your questions about what you're wondering about Moors. All right. But no, I'm not. I'm not doing it, and I would hope y'all don't do it because I'm just tired of it. I'm really tired of it. You know, I just want to be. I want to relax and chill and just be a Moor. You know.
Yeah, we talking about the Meridians, KW. Do you know about the Meridians that exist inside of your temple, bro? Like,
Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
got a
Sarush
lot of
smooth, ain't
studying
he?
too.
Mr. Diplomat.
I mean, I definitely get where you coming, Zara. I don't know. I just think from the outside looking in, from people that don't know their Moors, I think it's like I don't know if it's curiosity or if like they're actually trying to like proclaim their status, or like, because those are like different I think those are different ways of like them trying to exchange as well, but I don't know, it's a time and place for that, but
Thank you. That part. That
facts.
part. And I like to cut to the chase. I think that's impolite to be trying to beat around the bush. So let me just say, well, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's just like, we're having a decent conversation. I'm not trying to teach tonight. Not tonight. you know, it's Saturnalia. Oh, this is perfect. It's Saturnalia on the Sabbath. Oh, that's perfect. Wow. I love it. I love it. So yeah, I mean, it's technically over because the sun went down, but yeah, I'm gonna chill and just enjoy the moors, you
yeah,
know,
worse.
and be glad that this mess is over. It's like, yay, they gonna turn off that hideous music, you know. Yeah, this was
Give me a
kind of
second, I just gotta
interesting
go in the gas
holiday
station
this
real
year.
quick.
It was kind of quiet, Nobody wished me a happy holiday. Nothing. I was surprised. Like everybody was just like doubt, kind of sad a little bit. Now I'm not celebrating that at all. I'm just making an observation, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. And by the way, that dude never did ask a question. I don't know. He said his uncle said something that threw him off, but he didn't say what it was. But again, Cujo L, Icon Bay, they will hook you up. or just hit search hashtag Moors. Right? It's too much stuff out here for that, and I don't want to take away from what they've already done. So yeah.
That's
And no, I'm not
facts.
playing that bubble. So yeah.
It's
But
wild
yeah,
because
go
I'm
ahead.
looking at this. I'm looking at this human body meridians like printout. I'm gonna put it in the talk to me Moorish in the Telegram. But I'm looking at how it has the meridians like broken down by element: fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. And the way they drew it is a five-pointed star inside of a circle.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm.
And it's just like showing the flow, like the direction of energy, like the flow of energy. So like the circle, it goes clockwise, and then the stars, starts, and it has the energy going to the earth first, and I guess it will go to the water. I see earth,
Oh,
water,
okay. I
fire,
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
metal, wood,
Yeah.
and then back to earth again.
Okay. And you said it's 5 elements?
hmm Fire, earth, metal, water, and
Oh,
wood.
metal. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's kind of like who is that? The Chinese zodiac.
hmm
Yeah, how you born like year of the snake, and you might it's one of those elements, and then your animal year.
All right, so
Oh yeah, let me
something
stop
you
because that
said.
sounds like I'm slipping into something else.
I was
For
just about to say something that you said earlier when you was speaking Japanese and you had said kanji,
real.
that it's the you say it's the same in Japanese and Chinese.
Yeah. Yep.
So like there's a lot of words in this Reiki practice that they say that like it's kanji, like it's
I
the
get you.
same.
Oh wow. Okay.
hmm
There's another path. So now I'm on a fork, and I got to figure out how to do this all at the same time. I'm sure it'll all come
Hey,
together.
did
Because
you guys
it
watch
seems
the new
like it's
Matrix?
three sides of the
Oh,
same
my
coin,
bad.
or one side of the
My
same
bad.
coin. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, I was going off into a different subject. I want you to finish your thought. Go ahead,
Oh,
because
I'm
I'm
listening.
going off into a whole different thing.
I'm good. But nah, we can just let this flow because I like how you did that earlier, Sarush. How 360 asked about the fashion and you brought it right back to Reiki. So yeah, yep. So what you want to bring up 360?
That
Oh, I
matrix.
was just wondering if y'all saw the new Matrix.
Nope.
I watched it.
It can't get it on like one of the streaming services.
It's on
Yeah, it's
HBO
on
Max.
HBO Max.
Oh, okay. I can watch it tonight then. Yeah, I've been looking at the I googled it and just to see like the reviews or whatever, and I keep coming
Mhm.
across it's a allegory for transsexuality. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see this, So you go, feel free to spoil it for me. I don't care.
Oh man,
I
I didn't
mean,
even think about it like that.
I didn't get that.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even get that from it.
Nah, now that you
It
say
kept
it,
coming up. Like I know they have an agenda, but dang,
now that you
this is a
say it
lot.
though, no, see, this is what's wild. So astrologically, we was building was like, oh, they're gonna have a hard time with the Saturn, Pluto, Saturn, Uranus, whatever. The shifting of the feminine energy being the more uh socially dominant energy, right? So they would say, I mean, you saw it already, 360 and Zara. You say
I don't
no
care. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
spoilers, you
saw it
don't
about
care.
like two and
Go
a
right
half
ahead.
times already.
All
I
right,
saw it about two
so
and a half times.
for anybody that's gonna watch this video, spoiler alert.
There,
Like, don't get
there you
tight.
go. Leave it to a lever, right? He thinking about folks.
Don't get tight. But at the very end, it's it's Trinity that's flying, holding up Neo. And he's like, I'm not flying. I'm not doing this. And she looks down at him and she's holding his hand and she's the one flying.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, okay. So they're going to say that Neo is now Trinity and Trinity is now Neo because they want to push that, that agenda, trans agenda. Oh, they switch bodies. You know what I'm saying? But nah. Why can't she just be powerful? Why can't she just be
Right.
strong?
Right. Oh, that
You know what
must
I'm
be
saying?
Neo. What? You can't
I
be
don't know.
still.
I didn't get that
Wow.
from me. I didn't get that from it because, like, if you, like, for me, when I was watching the movie, I saw that they was really an extension of each other. Like, even and this is kind of giving away some of the movie. I'm really sorry about this.
No, go ahead. We already did the spoiler alert. Go right ahead.
So the what is his name? Sarush. I think his name is the analyst in this one. Not he. Yeah, he's not the architect. In this one, he's the analyst. The dude, Neil Patrick Harris. So he has
Yeah.
the blue glasses on, which is one of the main things that I noticed because he has the blue glasses on, which signify the blue pill. And that he
Hmm.
wanted Neo to stay in the blue pill because he gave him the blue pills. But anyway, damn, what was I going into again? Because I started going into a tangent about the dang analyst. Man.
And you said something about his glasses, the blue stuff out
Nah,
his face.
before
Oh,
that, because
oh.
it was something I was commenting on, and that's why I said something. Shit.
Don't try. It'll get come back to you. You know, as soon as you stop trying, it'll pop right in your head.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. And we'll be
But
waiting for it. But
it's a
yeah.
wild movie, man. They touched on a lot in that movie. Matter of fact, you was talking about how they was extension of each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Cause
It
I got it. I
Yeah.
got it. All right. Yeah. So the analyst was like, yeah, as long as I could keep y'all separated like this much, then I got basically paraphrasing because I can't speak the script word by word, but as long as I could keep y'all this much apart, then I basically got you where I want you. But when you guys come together and when they touch hands, you see that Neo touches when Neo touches Trinity's hands for that first time, it changes him. I don't know if you really noticed that in the movie, but
Facts.
it changed him when he first touched it. When he touched her hands the first time, because after that, when he goes to the analyst again, that's when he starts touching his knees again, and he starts fiddling with his hands. I noticed that.
That's
But
facts.
I think I wouldn't say it was like really a transgender thing, but I think they might be going in the direction of like maybe Trinity was is gonna be the new one, I guess. So yeah, I'm
It's
not
it's
sure.
it's because like it's like the way they went in on so many different levels of how we're reflections of each other or how masculine feminine energies, you know, in each individual, but when they do come together as, man and woman, you know what I'm saying? Like what that magnetism is like, what is, man, they went in, Zara. They went in this
Okay,
movie.
yeah. Thank y'all for this too, because I don't know if you notice how like if you watch it the second time, you see so much more stuff. Y'all
Yes.
taking
Yep,
me through
yep.
the first one, so thank you. Like, oh yeah, this gonna
Yes.
be lit. I'm gonna be paying attention.
Yes.
So
That's
thank
why I
It's a
you,
watched
lot.
all
thank
three of
you.
them before I
We
watched
could
this
probably
one, so
talk
I could
about it
get
next week.
a full
Okay,
understanding
cool.
of it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yep. That's what's
Yeah.
up. This is good. This is good. All right, cool. I got
Yeah.
something to do tonight. you
That
know,
movie is crazy.
that's what's up. People talking about it. Oh, it was disappointing. It's like whatever. It's probably dope. If so many people saying it's disappointing, you know how the masses are kind of not that bright. So
I
Mm-hmm.
think it, it
you
wasn't
know.
everything I thought it was gonna be, to be honest with you. But I think it's because it was telling more of a story. And I think it's because I think I like it so much because I watched all three before I watched that one.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like I got like a
do that.
different understanding of it. Like I feel like I completed the journey, but I feel like they're gonna I feel like they're gonna make more movies off of it or something. That's how I feel the ending was portrayed to me.
Yeah,
Like
Matrix is not.
when they was at like that last scene before they flew up in the sky, and she was like, "Oh, we just came here to we just came here before we started creating or whatever in your world.
Mm-hmm.
We were about to change everything. We just came by here before we started."
Yeah, it's
So
wild.
I was wondering what she meant by that.
Because they got knowledge of self. They know that together that they can make heaven on earth. That masculine and feminine energies need to be one in order to create. Like, and they went because the dude was looping them, trying to. She had a husband. See, I can't get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was wild. You know what I mean? But you know, at that part, the end. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, like, we remember who we are, so it's over for you.
Oh, I like that. That sounds like a happy
Yo,
ending to me.
it's a very happy ending.
That's what's up. And everybody, they were dressed in black the whole time.
um, I would say yeah, with the exception of the grays. There was the grays, and there was a few wildling type. They
No, I
they
mean
brought.
Neo and Trinity.
Yup,
Yeah,
yup,
yeah. Uh-huh.
yup.
That jet
They
black hair. Yup.
they
Okay.
had them. They
Okay.
had them a little
No, nothing to
different.
see here. Only thing
Hmm.
that's not black is their face in their hands. And no, don't make no correlations. I'm just saying.
Fact,
You got a whole spectrum and a
fact,
whole movie. I'm just saying. And they
facts.
keep doing it. That's why I asked. It's like,
I,
hey,
I
it
was
happened in the other three. I'm just
I,
asking a question.
I was weirded out by the new Morpheus.
That's
Like,
what that was.
Yep,
Because I saw him. I'm like, who is that? Like the guy they like, how they switch up
that's
characters?
Yara Shahidi, the dude from what's that he was in a Black Mirror episode, and he was in
it's the dude of Black
what else?
Mirror. He was in the Get Down.
That he was in the Get Down. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was in the Get Down, and he was in what was that other thing? The new movie, the Candyman.
Oh yeah,
Oh
he
my
did play
goodness,
Candyman.
I'm still trying to build up the nerve to watch that one.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
I can't
It
do
was
it.
alright. It was alright.
Nah, the first one messed me up. I'm good. No, I'm like, how did they make a movie that's scary enough to scare us?
Right.
Yo,
Somebody has.
but
I mean, I
I like
wasn't
the
that
new
young when
version
it
of it.
came out, and I still was like, nope, I'm good. I think I was in high school. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to see that. Nope, I'll buy a poster.
Yeah.
you know, that's it.
Nah, you know what make it even scarier? That the
Oh,
dude that
great.
play it, man, because he was made for that character, man. Like for real. And he's just a creepy looking dude. He looks scary.
Fact.
Now I want to go see it.
Nah, not Yara. I'm talking about the first dude that you was
The
talking about in
original.
the first Candyman.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, he was born for that part, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, he was huge. Had that face. Yeah, he was perfect for it. He wasn't ugly. He was just scary looking.
Nah, word. That's what I'm saying. Like that shit was crazy.
But yeah, to this temple, so-called temple Moors and non-temple Moors thing. Um, it's stupid. All right. Because me personally, I've already dealt with this, dealing with Muslims, right, coming out of
Uh,
NOI. Are
yeah.
you what are they, Sunni or Shia? I'm like, I don't even know what either one of those mean. So no, I'm neither one. If anything, I can be considered Sufi. I know what that is, you know. And I love how the
Okay.
Sufis stay
Yeah,
out
I've
of
heard of Sufism.
it.
I heard of
They
Sunnism and Sufism.
Sunni and Shia are the political factions of it, right? So
Mm.
if you bagging on non-temple Moors, you want to go, you like that. And if you a temple Moor trying to bag on non-temple Moors, you're over there with the Sunni and the Shia, both of y'all, right? Because it's dumb. Like, that's great if you're in the temple. Good. Please be in the temple, because we need people in the temple, because that's the government, right? But that's your choice. Do you really want somebody up in there because they feel pressure to be there?
Yeah, I feel
I'm
that.
just
I feel
saying.
that.
So yeah, it's kind of, I'm like I said, it's coming from my perspective because I've already seen this. It's like, y'all, we're all Muslims, right? Or in this case, we're all Muslims.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I
Both of
just
y'all
think
leave each
it's.
other alone. You know.
I think what it is too that turns me off with some Moors is that all right, here's what I believe. And I know that Noble Drew Ali puts I think it's the first line. He's like, this book is not for no, the lessons aren't for sale, but due to him being a prophet and a man of high
Not that you can
I'm
get them
getting it
at
wrong.
cost, because a servant is
Yeah, you
worthy
can
of
get
his
them at a
hire.
cost. Yep. So I mean, I get that. Like someone that is doing something worthy of hire gets their just due. So I get some people like charging for services and stuff like, but I don't get like the package sellers and stuff like that. Like so, like I'm kind of turned off by that, to be honest with you.
What
Okay.
serve? Can I ask a question real quick?
Go for
What
it.
services? What services are like acceptable to be charged for though?
As far as nationality,
Yeah, like personally, I don't think that there's any service that somebody like I don't know like what service people provide that
Like
regards
like they'll do
national.
the like the all of the paperwork for you type of stuff.
well,
But
yes, people should get paid for doing paperwork, because you shouldn't have nobody
yeah,
doing paperwork for you. You
yep.
know.
So I
So yeah,
mean, in
this
that
you
regard,
asking for it,
yeah,
that
yep,
kind of thing. But as far
yep.
as like anything else, okay, charge for the button, the Quran, and the identity card. When I was in California, most
Uh-huh.
expensive state after New York, right? I was in LA, the most expensive city in the most expensive state. All of that together was $25. And I understood why. It's for the cost of the printing of everything, because they got to have the buttons made and all that. It was the cost that went to the notebook, the pens, the desk she's writing on, the lights, all that stuff. So yeah, that's a service, and and those people ain't none. They were putting in money out of pocket. You know how temples are, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I get that, but
yeah, but
what?
otherwise, it's like, as far as like, okay, if you want me to write something up for you, like me, oh, I charge for that,
Mhm.
because I actually, I'm not trying to be like lofty or arrogant, but I have credentials, right? It cost me to get those credentials, which is why my work is so good. So yeah, I'm gonna charge you for that. But
Mhm. Yeah, I get
otherwise,
that
you can just study and find
because
out you probably don't even need no dang paperwork, and go on with your
that's what
life.
I yeah, that's what I was gonna get to because like I'm new in the learning process, so I, I'm I don't know if I should or not be should be in a temple or not be in a temple because some of the I don't know, some of the sheiks don't. I don't know.
You
I
just
just hear
answered your
too.
question. This is where
Right.
we're coming in with this human design stuff. I'm gonna play this bubble real quick, and then I'm gonna get into that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, brother and sisters. So,
Walaikum
how are
assalam.
you guys doing? And yeah, I'm just passing by and saying hi. So, what are you guys talking about? If you don't mind, I mean, explain it to me.
Okay, right now we're about to talk about human design, where it's exactly what it sounds like. You find out what your design is based on your date of birth and the neutrinos that were penetrating your mom during your
That was a
3 months
neutrino.
prior to your birth. This stuff is so deep, right? And it's actually correlating with like actual organs that have an actual impact on your actual life, right? So you kept saying 360, you don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. There's your answer right there, right? Look at your design, because my design would say stop asking and wait for somebody to invite you, right? You'll
Mm-hmm.
know it won't be a question. It's like kind of that thing, right? And I use the
Yeah.
comparison. I don't know if you're familiar with um Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Krang, how he was that brain driving that body. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see? Yeah,
Yeah,
him. And his body
yeah,
knew what to do, right?
yeah.
He was, he just took his hands off. The body knew what to do. And I mean, we even have we have a phrase for it. I'm not feeling this, right? Right. I'm just saying, right? So,
Hands off the wheel.
just hands off the wheel for real, and watch what happens. Something's going to happen. I would suggest going and looking and finding out what your design is, and you need to find out: should I go and seek this, or should I wait for an invitation, or should I wait for a sign? It's so many different ways, and you'll find out. Like I've been finding out, like, you know what? That's the whole time when whenever I did that, that's when stuff came the easiest. It was like it just happened. So yeah, I would say you answered your question already. You know,
And it
I
feels
found
really
my way into
intuitive.
people's that they, not on purpose. I just wound up there.
Nah, but the reason I'm really on the fence is because I had a one of my cousins is a Moor, and he was a dirty Moor, and tried to get me to do all of these other things with like under the guise of getting my nationality together, but was
Um,
getting me to sign back up to the system in an even
Oh
worse
man,
way.
uh-huh,
So I
you
mean,
said this
like,
was your cousin.
yeah,
uh-huh.
exactly. So I
Oh my,
mean, you got to understand this is why. Like, I mean, I know I'm a Moor, but like this is why I ask so many questions because like
I think
I thought he was a righteous Moor and then did wrong.
I
I mean, it was
I
your
heard
cousin.
you
I'm just saying.
I
Like,
heard
I
you
mean,
speak
I don't blame you. It was your
I heard you
cousin.
speak before 36 directly to Cujo and
Where
you know a few weeks ago in the
Nah, I
last
think it was with Icon. I remember
was
talking to
it
Icon
Icon?
about it most definitely.
Hmm. It might have been like I think you're right. It's Icon.
But
And
yeah, man,
it's still
this is why I
intuitive,
ask so
man.
many questions,
But
man. But I be studying too. You dig?
it's coming from your gut though, and like
Yeah.
like what Desire said, you study your design. You know what I'm saying? If you just search it, you know what I mean, human design, and start to look into yourself. It's astrology and I Ching put together.
And
So
anatomy.
and,
That's the
and
part that's
anatomy,
tripping me. And physics. That's the
yes,
part. It's like actually scientific. It's when you see those Hindu deities with all the arms,
yes,
Mhm.
that's what this makes me feel like. What we're doing here, right? Like we're supposed to have something in each one of those hands and be studying all that stuff at the same time, right? That's what I'm starting to feel like. And now you just like, oh my, I just grew an arm out of a spot that I didn't even know was there. Thank you for the Reiki suggestion. Like, I mean, I love it. I mean, I just thought about that. Like, is that what that meant? Why they had all those arms?
mm,
It wasn't literal, if
mm.
that makes sense, or actual, or whatever, right? And they have something in each one of those hands, like some talent in each hand. So yeah, so that's why it's like I'm not trying to make it, or I'm sure Sarush isn't either trying to make it sound like, oh, come follow our guru. No,
Nah,
this stuff is starting to make me
it's ancient.
realize why all of these Moorish portraits from back in the day showed Moors lounging. How are
Yeah,
you in that much splendor? And every time
I,
I see you, you laying down.
I wish I could see me right now.
Do you understand? And I'm
Yo,
like, is this because it's working for me? I have been. I mean, it's really an experience to relax. Like, because we on survival mode. Like, oh, I have to do it. I have to do it. I wait a minute. We are top top of the crop. I mean, we are the height of. I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and gush on us. We are the pinnacle of man on this planet, right? We're supposed to be getting the sweetest fruits if we would just get out the way. Here's how you get out of your own way, right? And it's funny how Moorish science, like, oh, it's the one that opened it up, right? Like, oh, okay, I got Islam. That's good. No, 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 no. We honor all the prophets. So you better get to know them. Now you're open up to all of these other disciplines, right? So, but
Yeah, this
yeah,
this
because
this ki- this is why they really don't get Christianity, man, because they don't.
oh,
Well,
sorry. Hello.
somebody was bringing it up earlier, like how they have some of the passages where he goes to India and stuff, but I don't see it in depth, and I haven't read the whole Bible. But I was bringing up how how I didn't bring up all of the passage, but I was just bringing up how Noble Drew brought to us that Jesus was meeting people that were Hindus and Buddhists, and he met Barada Arabo and Lamas, and I didn't hear about those stories in the Bible.
Yeah,
So
we talked about that a couple weeks ago. Like, why are the Christians not asking where this dude was for more time than they knew what happened to him? Like, he was missing longer than the story that you do have. Y'all not asking no questions. That's amazing. That really, I mean, I never understood that. But I mean, I thought it wasn't my place to question it because, hey, I'm not in y'all stuff, you know. Maybe it's something that y'all don't share with the outside world. I don't know. You
Yeah, it
know,
just doesn't. It just didn't make any sense to me, man. Because I'm like, you telling half of the truth then.
yeah. 18 years.
that's why
Yeah.
I just love the way this conversation is going because
It's wild.
nah, it's fun because you know today is today. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yeah. Hey. Like, yeah, I do know what you're saying. This was up.
and it's like when I was reading Circle Seven, right? And I was like, now that I studied this Reiki, I'm like, was he teaching? He
What?
was.
Dude, stop. What? No, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm just asking a question. What was he teaching? Like I'm gonna read it again. I'm like I started reading Circle Seven again from chapter one again. I got up to
Yeah,
chapter
I like
seven.
reading it. To
Land
be
of
honest,
hands. Is
like
that what
I
that
like
was?
citing it.
I
I
What?
like
got
reading it.
like, listen,
What?
listen.
I love it, man. I
Hold
love
on.
it.
I'm gonna
I love
open these
citing
notes
it.
real quick. Hold
What?
on. Hold
I
up.
need. Okay, I need a
Hold
minute.
on.
I'll be back.
I'm gonna pull up this slide real quick. I gotta. I'm gonna pull it up, but I gotta get it in the Telegram because they
I,
use this as a reference.
yeah, I
Like
got it on my Kindle, yo. I'll be
like they like.
referencing it a lot, yo. I reference it a lot.
No, I'm saying for the Reiki ice. So
Oh, okay.
Reiki. I'm gonna just run it down real quick. Reiki level one, real quick, real quick.
It's tripping
Uh,
me out.
non-physical, ubiquitous energy, power to heal and influence our lives, right? And then they have the yin and the yang, and then they call it the kai or the ki, the chi, the prana, quote unquote Holy Spirit, which is our breath, right? We know that.
Yeah, I heard of the prana. Hmm.
Reiki energy is inside us all from conception, that's from birth. Then they say that there's a such thing as Kirlian photography that allows us to see the energy. And then the very next slide is a photo of
Yeah, I've heard of that photography.
Occidental Jesus with a goat or a lamb in his arms. You know, the classic painting, right? And then right under the quote is, "Ancient Eastern cultures used energy for healing." And then you know, I'm like, that. Why would they put the picture of this dude next to ancient Eastern cultures use energy for healing? I read the Circle Seven, so I'm like, um, that's Reiki. And then the very next genre is like Reiki, Tai Chi, Feng Shui, meditation, yoga, acupuncture, like how pure omni omni omniscient
It's a
OMNIS
sense.
Omniscient.
Omniscient.
omniscient wisdom,
Omniscient.
pure omniscient wisdom. And it's just wow, like how they just go into, all of the different things that like put our energy down. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol, diet, like exercise, drugs, tobacco, negative
Oh,
habits, stress, poor breathing. right? Like that's a whole thing. Lack of
Damn. Well,
sleep.
you just mentioned like two things that I do that's vices. Um, well, I smoke. I smoke weed, but I don't smoke. Well, I mean, but it's out
Um,
of tobacco, so it's bad in a sense. So I'm trying to
um,
get more into eating cannabis because I see
That's what I'm about to
that's
say.
better.
so,
Yeah, yeah.
so then you got like it just talks about like, after that it talks about how, Reiki can basically change the human experience, from changing our energetic perspective.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow. And it's like, everybody has access to this, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we're all like, you know what I'm saying? That was the point,
So
right?
this is making me think because I keep getting emails from Jovian Archives,
Yup.
the human design site, right?
Yup.
And the other day he was talking about auras, right?
Yes.
And I'm just like, are you manipulating auras
Yes. Like,
and moving the energy into back into place like a chiropractor?
yes.
Why not? Because
Yes.
I'm just like, why not? Because there's pastors out there hitting folks with jackets and
Wow.
healing them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, right? So I'm with you.
Wow.
I'm with you. All right. Hey, wow. Okay, yeah, this has been quite a conversation tonight. I should have been taking notes for real. So let me write this down. Jesus was using Reiki.
I mean,
No, for real.
I'm almost willing to
Wait,
I
say
hold
that
never
up.
was
thought of
Reiki.
that.
Is this in the circle seven? Is this in the circle seven?
I mean, what was Jesus
What,
teaching?
laying of hands? That's what it sounds like. Because I've seen how people do it, and they just like hovering over you, right?
Hmm. It doesn't require physical touch. You
Well, what if
could
you
do it,
did?
but
That's the thing that's tripping me out. What if you actually did put your hands on them?
oh,
You know,
then you know what I'm
like you
saying,
said with the boo boo, right?
right,
I'm gonna blow you a kiss versus kissing you,
right.
right?
What chapter
Oh
is this?
wow,
What chapter is this?
where he was healing people.
Yeah,
Or
like the Reiki
Oh,
stuff
that's in the
that you
Bible.
got.
That's in the
Oh,
Bible.
okay.
Because you know how the circle seven is the missing chapters of the Bible, right? So yeah, that's we use it all. It's all encompassing because we had stuff all in one. I get like Pangea. It used to be one piece, and along comes this entity that smashed it and spread it all over the place. Now put it back together, right, and figure out who you are and take your place, right? Like the
Okay.
Quran. I guess I look at it from a Muslim perspective, right? You cannot understand the Quran without reading the Bible, right? Where does the circle seven even make sense unless you read the Bible? Right? Because you got to start with it. Doesn't have the beginning. Does it have the beginning? That is, it does have the beginning. Circle seven, or is that the red book?
the
To the
beginning
beginning,
of the circle seven.
where they were talking, educating the Mary and Elizabeth.
Yeah, chapter 2, education of Mary and Elizabeth.
Yep.
Uh huh.
I was revealed to the people. I'm trying to figure out where I read this because I asked the question when I was reading it. I gotta find it. I actually bought highlighters and book tabs so I could start like really like
Mm-hmm.
going in my books. So I
Mm-hmm.
always want to come back to something that I found.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that Gene Keys. He set it up as a scholarly text. A scholarly text. How it's space in the margins, those big old thick margins they gave you. That's what you're supposed to be writing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how you know it's a book that the author, the whoever put it out, wants you to actually write in that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He he's wow. I found a song too. I gotta find out how I could get it like to people had like a lot to do with what he was talking about, the bass and the different frequencies and processing, the shadow, the CD, and like the whole conversation that we had. And I was just like, yo, like the song came on, and I was like, this is it. Like, it's like the perfect balance of like lower vibration bass and like upper vibration, like healing frequencies. It just is like perfect. I gotta find it though.
Dude,
It's,
send it to me.
it's called.
Maybe that
I
could be
know.
the new opening song for the YouTubes. For
Oh
real,
wow. I know it's
right?
called Release. Let me see.
Oh, Zara, what were you talking about? Because I heard some of it in when I was a listener. You was talking about making the well, I said it in the message, but I think you was expanding on it. The making the traditional Moorish clothing like more fashion forward and whatnot.
Yeah. How there are designers. I use Japan as an example just because I know it, but this is going on all over the place. Like India does it too, where you have the people who have been influenced, I'll just say by us, Western fashions, and they're going back and taking their traditional garb and making it more fit. It fit in the 21st century, right?
Uh-huh.
So Japan's example, they were pairing like traditional kimono, right? It looked so raw. I wish I could find it. It was an all black kimono, right? And the guy had on a leather jacket with it and some Doc Martens, and he looked raw, right? And then he had the different cuts. It wasn't like just straight cut. Like they had different kinds of kimonos. Like there's one where it looks like you have on the way you fold it, it looks like you have on a vest and a skirt because the belt is hidden under the fold of the top of the kimono. And he made it
Okay.
asymmetrical, right? Just to throw in some like modern art type of thing in it. But you can look it up like modern Japanese kimono, modern saris, whatever somebody's traditional garb is, some young person who likes hip hop is doing something with it. There's got to be at least one of them, right? And I was
Okay.
just, and hey, we could do that too. Like me, I wear sear walls with t-shirts and sneakers, ancient and
Facts.
modern, and a turban, right? Yep.
I wear tie fisherman pants and Birkenstocks and
That's
t-shirts.
what's up. That's what's up. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's what's
So
up.
are the saris only worn by women, or like this kind of remind me of like the Sad Guru, like what he wear, kind of?
Um, I think they're male and female because it was like what's that the sarong, right? The
Mm,
sarong that's like a tied skirt, right? And men
yeah.
and women wear that. And if I remember correctly, the way women wear saris now with the little bitty tiny tops, that's new. That was something imposed on them by the British Empire. They used to walk around
Okay.
topless, right? And that's why I'm like, I think yeah, the bottom is that's just the sarong. I mean the sorry, the skirt itself, right? But since after occupation, the whole suit with the little T-shirt on it that became associated with just the women. So I mean, saris became the word became associated with just women, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, oh, yep. And sarongs are the bomb too. The Moors in California, they swore by those things. It's like a couple of them. That's all they ever wore. So yep. Yeah, they took it a little far. They were wearing what were they wearing? Sarongs and the curl toe shoes, the kusas, leather socks. I mean, I'm seeing stuff like wow. Oh, it really was like stepping back in time. It was tripped out because
uh,
one of them had a sewing machine, and
mm,
that's all it took. Gave me bags of stuff because they needed room in their closet because they were making more stuff. And it was pretty dope.
I
So
kind
yeah.
like Yeah, I think what I'm trying to get at is like that the kind of robe that like T'Challa was wearing in Black Panther.
You
I
ever?
mean, nobody can tell you how to. Nobody can say you're doing it wrong because when was the last time Moors made fashion? Right? You can't. You pretty
True.
much can't get it wrong. It's what we say it is. Because who gonna say we're wrong? Who's going to say we're doing Moors wrong? Except another Moor, and it's like, what have you seen us doing in the last 20, 30, 10 years? Right? That
Mm.
doesn't look exactly like something from 100 years ago. Can we freshen it up a bit? I mean, that's what art is for, to keep pushing society to improve itself, to innovate, right?
Nah, because
Look at
when you
all the outrages artists have created. That's now, it's like, wow, I'm glad he drug us into this new evolution of ourselves.
Mhm. Yeah, I
So yeah.
like when you brought up earlier that like the hammer pants and like the Dragon Ball Z type pants. When I brought that reference up, I kind of want to I need to see more people style that, but I think I've seen people wear like a t-shirt with that and then make that kind of like look kind of raw with like some high top um sneakers. But
Hey,
I don't know,
that's
like
how I dress.
it
That's
it
exactly how I
looks.
dress. Hammer pants. I mean, mine aren't like pulled up to the leg because I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going into a fight of hope, right? With some what are those rose gold Converse?
Uh-huh.
And it's a Moorish T-shirt. Because I couldn't find what I was looking for, so I make my own T-shirts, right? Thank you, Cricket.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yep.
I top it off with a turban and go about my day, right? And it's quite obvious that I'm not black. You know, y'all can figure out the rest, or you can just ask me. Which, I mean, it gets people's attentions too. It's like, wow, they're not wearing black stuff, but they look like black people. And I've actually had people come up to me, my own people, right? I'm in Chicago. They coming up to me, excuse me, what are you? What you mean, what? I'm from here. I'm from up the street. Oh, you don't have an accent. Do you speak English? I've been asked that because of the way I was dressed. All right. And I don't
Uh-huh.
look too much different from this avatar. That's the tripped out part, right? And but yeah, but just because I was the way I was dressed, do you speak English? That one was like, wow, you know.
Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, we can't do it wrong. We really can't. All right.
I think what it is I struggle with the balance because I'm way too casual. Like I look up videos and stuff like how to like dress more like down like more suits and stuff like that. But I don't know. I dress very casual, like a t-shirt all the time, or a hoodie and like some joggers and stuff. But I'm trying to get out of that, or merge it with another style or something to just make it more interesting. Because I just feel like I don't know. I mean, if I'm studying fashion, like I need to look the part too. I mean, that's my goal anyway, is to get to looking what my vision of fashion is.
Do you go thrifting?
Nah, I haven't gone thrifting before. I've seen people do it before though.
Check that out.
Drifting,
That's
like the driving drifting.
not like thrifting, like thrift shop, like
Oh, thrifting.
mhm,
Okay, okay.
like Buffalo Exchange used to be dope back in the day, or like it's a place called like Uptown Cheapskate. They be cool sometimes, depending on where you at. But then like you got like the local thrift shops, you could go through there and like it be different eras of clothes in thrift shops,
Mm.
and it be a lot to look through. You know what I'm saying? And you get a lot of inspiration, or you know what I'm saying, see how different stuff used to fit, like suit jackets and pants, all that stuff used to be cut so many different ways throughout the years. So like seeing how a, a vintage suit You know what I'm saying? For like the 70s, like the jackets was completely wild, you know?
Yeah.
Nah,
So
definitely.
like, you know, you get to see the different shapes, you know what I'm saying? Different cuts. Like people used to accept wearing their clothes different. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine. But thrifting is something that might could help.
And another suggestion is JStore.org. I think it's .org or .com. JSTOR. Um, you can sign up for a free account. It's usually where you got to pay to access their articles, but they saying since the libraries are closed, you can just come in and use their stuff like you at the library, right? And yeah, you can download 100 or read 100 articles a month, but they also have a photo collection and an image gallery, stuff like that. So you can go in there and just look up what like an era, right? Because books have illustrations, right? They have those little photo leaflets in it where they're describing different eras of fashion and all that stuff. So yeah, just a suggestion. JStore.org or com. I can't remember which one. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You said J Store?
JStore journal is a journal website. So yeah, but
Okay.
they also have a photo and images gallery. Because one of the ones I've been thinking of looking for is like there's actually a book on like different it's like a series of books, and the theme is like different eras. It's all fashion. It's all fashion. It's all illustrated, and it's showing different eras of costumes. So it'll be like the
Okay.
1500s to the 1600s, and this one is showing you what they were dressing like in that era in England, what they were dressing like in that era in France, what the Moors were dressing like at that time. That's one of
Oh
them.
yeah, that's what I need right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying you might be able to find stuff like that, and that's an actual book. But I came across it once and I haven't been able to find it since. So I got to put that on my to-do list. Because I just
Wow.
found out about JSTOR. Yeah, you can just come up in here and look at our images and read all the articles because the libraries are closed. Because otherwise, I would say go to the library. Of course.
Is it J Store like JAY?
JSTOR. Yeah.
.org?
Let me make sure.
Yeah, that.
JSTOR.
It says explore the world's known knowledge, cultures, and ideas.
Yeah. What's I putting here wrong? JSTOR. Yeah, JSTOR.com. Yep. Yep.
.com? Oh, it say
Yeah, it's .com.
.org on this
Yeah,
one.
you got to explore the world's knowledge, cultures, and ideas. Yep. And I suggest using that while they still saying treat it like the regular library. Because, yeah, that way you don't have to go nowhere. So if you hear something mentioned in a YouTube video, to the library, right? Or to
Oh
the
shoot,
archives.
let
And
me see.
JSTOR is the bomb because, that was like required writing papers and all that stuff. Because you got to have all those 10 sources and can't find everything in books.
Hmm.
Sometimes you got to read an article.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep. So that was
Looking
an
up
hour and
Moorish
a half that
clothing
just
right
flew.
now.
It was. It was just I switched up my time on my clock to the 24-hour clock, and it was just 22:22 just now.
Oh, it's that's what's up. Islam alignment. Yeah, this was great. Thank you, 360. That was great. Asking your questions, putting in your input. That was what's up. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciated
Oh
that.
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I mean, do come back. We'll be back next week talking about. I already forgot because we talked about so much tonight.
That
Oh,
Matrix.
Matrix, yeah. So yeah, I'm getting ready to go watch that now. So I'm gonna play this bubble and then we'll be out. All right, Prince Divine L.
Islam, peace and love, family, peace and love, man.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace, peace. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we about to be out though, because this has been a phenomenal conversation. I enjoyed it a great deal. So, yeah,
Most definitely. Gratitude.
Islam. I'm gonna read our outro if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Thank you for joining us. This is Talk Moorish to Me. This has been Sister Zara Bay and Brother Sarush L and Brother 360. You can find us by going to CalifaMedia.com, 43rdbooks.com, made by Sarush.com, and 360. Do you have a website? Okay. Have a safe and prosperous week, and we will see you in the next chat, our 15th chat. Peace, y'all. Thank y'all again.
Peace.
All right.
Peace, peace. Thank you.